Hey guys, so I filmed a what I eat in a day video. It's based on 1,800 calories. I will include my information from MyFitnessPal in here as well, but I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a bagel, and I will put all of the calorie information on the screen. I have tried in the past if it fits your macros. And honestly, I have a really hard time with that. Oops, sorry, I forgot to hit the bagel button. Because, I don't know, like, it's supposed to be so much easier, but I just have a hard time with it. So what I try to do, honestly, is or what I've done before in the past that works really well for me is to count calories, but try to hit a certain gram of protein. But because I'm not working out so much, I'm not going to try to hit that so much, and I'm just starting out again. So this up front is really just going to be about calories and just trying to keep it under my set number of calories, because giving myself so many parameters up front, I feel like could be really detrimental, and I really just want to start out simple. Alright, so my bagel is done. Hot, hot, hot. Ooh. So, I'm going to be using this Winco cream cheese. It's strawberry. This is a little higher calorie than I would normally like to have for breakfast. Actually, it's just a little higher. A bagel is a little higher than I would normally do. I'd normally do an English muffin, but these sounded so good. I made bagel sandwiches for my kids for lunch today, and I just really wanted one. So, a serving of this is, for 2 tablespoons, or 31 grams, is 90 calories. That is 5 carbs, 7 fat, and 1 protein. I like to weigh it out to get my serving size. It's the easiest way to do it. I don't have to use a tablespoon. I don't have to dirty anything extra. So I'm actually going to put my cream cheese on here. I'm going to zero it out. And then I'm going to get 31 grams out and split it between the two. Okay, so I've got my bagels with cream cheese. And if you can see it there on my food scale, negative 31 grams. I'm also going to have a banana with my breakfast. One thing that I do, especially at first, and I'll do this for a while, is, at least with fruits, that's the only thing that changes with fruits for me, is so I give myself, I kind of follow the Weight Watchers motto where it's free vegetables, as long as they're not starchy vegetables like a sweet potato or pumpkin or butternut squash. But at first, I do give myself free vegetables and keep that throughout the entire process. One thing that will change later is fruits I will start counting, but at first I always give myself fruits for free. I never want to discourage myself from having fruit in my diet. So things like bananas that are kind of high in carbs, I will start counting those later on, but for now, I'm not going to be counting any of my fruit. So the other thing I'm going to have with my breakfast, and I try to have about 3 big cups of this a day, is I make lime water. I find that I'm much more likely to drink more water if I have it in a little tumbler, and so this is just one of those Starbucks tumblers. I think it holds 24 ounces. So as you can see, I've already got some ice in there. I'm going to put a 1/4 of a lime in there. You can put as much or as little as you want. When my husband's home, he eats the rest of the lime for me, which is kind of nice. But I want to get one of those little juicers. I just don't have one. You gotta work with what you got, you know. I try to get as much juice out as I can. Yes, I get it all over my hands. Yes, my hands are all over the lime, but it's my lime. I'm gonna put this in my garbage disposal. It's a great way to clean, freshen up the smell of your garbage disposal. Yes, I have some dishes left over from dinner and a coloring bowl that I need to wash out. So, I'm just going to put it on cold, which here our water never really gets that cold because it's so hot outside. I'm going to fill this up. then I'll put the lime down the garbage disposal once I clean up my kitchen, which I'll do after breakfast. Alright, so there is my breakfast, and I will try to put the calories for every meal on the screen too. Okay, so I'm working on lunch here. So I'm actually going to have some leftover spaghetti, but to bulk it up, I'm going to add some mushrooms here. The spaghetti's from last night. It's pre-portioned, and I'll show you when I add it in just to warm it up with the mushrooms. So I'm adding just a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to add half this container. So this whole package is 227 grams. I'm just going to kind of estimate half here. I'm not as worried if I go a little over. Sorry, they don't want to come out. I really love mushrooms, and I think mushrooms are a great way to bulk up a dish without adding a lot of calories. I'm just going to add some garlic powder. My stove is pretty clean. I wiped it up last night, or before I made dinner last night, so I'm just going to count it as clean. Okay, so while my mushrooms are browning up, I'll show you my pasta. This is 126 grams of cooked pasta, which I had to look up what it was wet versus dry because the box doesn't actually say how many grams wet pasta. And I found that for every, well, regular serving is 58 grams. So every wet serving is 126 grams. There's that. And then my pasta sauce, which I make, I used 1 pound of 93.7 ground turkey, and then 2 jars of garlic flavored Classico pasta sauce. And to that I always add onions and some Italian seasoning and garlic. More garlic. We love garlic. And then on top I've got 1 serving of the powdered Parmesan cheese. And I think my mushrooms are just about ready to add the pasta. I'm literally just gonna kind of warm this through. Now another good way to bulk up spaghetti is with steamed or roasted broccoli or roasted asparagus. It gives you more bulk while you're still able to get some tasty pasta. Because let's be real, if I cut out all pasta, I will not be happy, and I will start reverting back to old ways. So I'm just gonna let this heat up a little more. So when I told you my recipe of pasta sauce that I make it that way every single time. And so I've actually loaded it into MyFitnessPal already. And I can actually put a picture in of the recipe and what it looks like. But at 107 grams is the serving after that. And I believe, I'll have to look up the calories. I'll put them in on the screen so that you know for sure how much one serving is. And I'm just letting this heat through. That's all that I'm doing here. We're almost there. Okay, so it's all done. I put it back in this bowl, which I did a quick rinse under hot water and then just dried it out so I could put it back in here. I try not to dirty more than one dish if I don't have to. I'm just going to add some crushed red pepper. Yes, my lid is super janky. It fell on the floor and broke. And I tried to put a different lid on there. Ooh, but it wasn't the right size. And since I'm the only person who eats it, or uses the pepper, I felt so bad about throwing it away that I just didn't and figured, you know what, I could live with it. So yeah, it is time for lunch. Okay, so it's time for another thing of lime water. I've got my little Ziploc. What I do is at the beginning of most days, I just cut this up. Limes are cheap at Winco. They're like 20 cents. So when I go to the store, I plan on using a lime a day, and I end up buying like 7 of them. And my husband will sometimes drink it too. So those times, like, I'll run out a little faster, but I like to have limes on hand. So yeah. So I'm actually going to use 2 because a little trick here. The more flavorful the lime in your water, the less likely you are to eat something else because it makes other things taste bad. That's just going to go in my garbage disposal. Like I said earlier. Like, I have little sugar-free mints, which wouldn't be bad, but I'm stopped from eating them when I'm drinking this because they don't taste very good with the limey flavor. So excuse me, I've got stuff going on in my sink here. Just working on prepping stuff for dinner, so I chopped up lettuce and some other stuff. I'm going to do some cilantro lime chicken tonight with rice and salad, which I will show you guys when the time comes. But I'm going to work on this second thing of water. Okay, so it's been 3 hours since I had lunch. That's my son. He's really being a giant pain in the butt. But I would like a snack. So I've got an English muffin going in the toaster, and I'm going to put some peanut butter on it. Alright, so you're going to hear my daughter's popcorn in the background. I just toasted 1 English muffin. Sorry, my kids are being jerks right now. 1 English muffin, it's 110 calories. And then I put, of this peanut butter, half the serving. So half the serving is whole serving is 34 grams. So I did a half serving of 17 grams spread between the 2 sides of my English muffin. So that's going to be my snack. Okay, so for dinner I'm having cilantro lime chicken like I showed you earlier. I put a little bit on top of the salad here. I've just got a whole bunch of iceberg lettuce that I cut up earlier. I've got cucumbers and peppers, which I don't count any of those 3 things in my diet. And then I have a quarter or half a serving of Colby Jack shredded cheese, 14 grams. And then just a teeny bit of chicken. It's like 0.5 ounces. And then I've got this Hidden Valley Farmhouse dressing on it. This here. And I've just got half of a serving. So we got 15 milliliters on there, 1 tablespoon. And then my plate over here is just a half cup of rice with 2.4 ounces of cilantro lime chicken. I'm actually going to have 2 of these exact same servings. I like to cut it in half. It makes me feel like I get more food if I can refill my plate. So that's one way that I trick myself into thinking I actually ate more. Alright, I'm going to go eat dinner now. Okay guys, so I had some ice cream while I was watching the Seahawks game. This is the kind that I had, Blue Bunny Monster Cookie Bit Mash. It is really good. I have a sweet tooth in the evenings, so I try to save myself some calories so that I can satisfy that without going over. I don't have something sweet every single night, but it is nice when you can make it work. So I had 2 servings of this. So it's 82 grams. I had 164 grams. You can do 1 serving, but if you can save yourself 2 servings of dessert at the end of the night, I find that you're pretty satisfied. It's not a large bowl, but if you eat it slowly, it makes you happy. Okay guys, so that's going to be all for tonight. I will go ahead and put up all the calories that I had today. I did go over just a little bit. I think it's important that you see that we're all human. I think I went over by 80 calories. So in the grand scheme of things, not a huge deal. Yesterday I was under by 200. So it really just depends on the day. So you want to try to hit it as close as you can, but also not beat yourself up if you don't hit it just right. Because this is a lifestyle. This is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. It's not something that I'm trying to get perfect right now. I know that every day is going to take work. So if I'm a little over, yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up about it. So I hope you had a great day, and thank you for watching.